Good morning, I'm Linda Hofmann Cakes. I'm looking forward to spending this time with you this morning to tell you a little bit about myself. With the situation as it is in the country at the moment, it's very difficult. I'm normally very relaxed and love to chat all day long, so bear with me if I'm a little bit nervous today. But I've brought some cakes along to show you because even though the situation is as it is at the moment, I'm sure that you are still all wanting to get ready and plan your special day. So at this time, I would normally invite you to my workshop where we could have a chat and you could taste cake and everything. I am still doing this, but we are self-isolating at this time. So I would arrange an appointment for you if you want to message me, and we do a self-isolating appointment, and then I would give you some cakes to try to take away. And then if you wanted to proceed with that, I take a deposit of £50 and this holds a date for you. This year has absolutely been a flop for everybody in the wedding industry, so we're all struggling just to make sure that everybody gets accommodated. So if you do still have a wedding with me booked and you haven't changed the date yet, now is a good time to get in touch with me so that we can get you back on the calendar for next year. For any new business that I take, I'm also trying to accommodate those, so I'm always worth checking with me if I do have availability to fit you in. Now today I've brought some different cakes with me that are all sort of very varied. I've just brought them because I wanted to show you the capabilities of my work and give you some inspirations. If there's nothing here that you like but you would like to have a chat with me, we can also design a cake especially for you, which is really great and exciting for myself. With the weddings as they are at the moment, some people might be having a smaller venue, smaller weddings, maybe an outdoor wedding. So I actually thought this cake here was rather nice. It's got a woodland theme to it, and you can also have animals put on. I did a lovely wedding cake last summer, and they were getting married in the woods, and they had a little fox on and an owl and some little hedgehogs, and it was really sweet. So we can add all sorts of different things and obviously make it so it ties in with any theme that you might have going. The cakes are all different flavours if you want them to be. I do have a selection of flavours that I call my basic flavours that everybody likes, as in Victoria sponge, lemon, chocolate, caramel and fruit cake for anybody that is actually, I always think that the oldies like the fruit cake. It's very traditional, and in the olden days people used to save that for any oncoming events like babies. Now people control that a bit more, so it's just the oldies that like to eat the cake. So moving on a little bit, that was quite a small cake. This is a little bit bigger. And this is very traditional in the fact that it's got the lace on. A lot of the wedding dresses that are very fashionable at the moment have lace. And I also try to make it so that they fit in with your design of your dress and colours. Colours here are just a selection, but obviously we do things bespoke to match anything that you have in your venue. It's really quite pretty, this cake, very understated but very elegant. And this cake has got slightly deeper tiers, so it has 4 layers of cake in. So maybe you would like a fruit cake for the oldies on the top, and then maybe vanilla. The chocolate cake I also do in different flavours. I do chocolate orange or white Belgian chocolate, ordinary chocolate, ganache. You know, you can have the fillings whatever you like them to be. A new popular flavour that I've been doing now is lemon and blueberry, and that seems to be going down a storm. So again, if you want to try any particular flavours, when you come to me, I'll make sure that they're in a little box for you to take away to have with a cup of tea and chat whether you decide to go ahead. The cakes all come with stands. You can choose a cake again that fits in with your venue. So the log here, I don't charge any extra for any of those stands, but I do take a £50 deposit so that you can return them to me. And then I just give you the money back. It's just so it just saves me a lot of time chasing up venues, trying to get the things back that I've lent you. This stand here, the hoop, they're quite fashionable at the moment, and they really are really pretty. I do hire this out, and if you want it dressing with fresh flowers, I also do that, and that's £50, and I thread fresh flowers through in the colour of your wedding. The cake underneath is a very elegant cake, very minimalistic, and I love it. It's all just one coloured self, but you can also, if you wanted to add colours, you can have different roses, or you could have peonies round. It's just a really pretty cake, and very popular at the moment. Some people like more minimalistic look. That is a 40 cake, and it's about £4.80 in price, and you'd get about 80 to 100 guests out of that. Again, I do deliver the cakes, and I'll tell you a little bit about how it works. When you come and see me and we have a chat, if you decide to go ahead with me, it's a £50 deposit, and that reserves the date for you. And then a little bit nearer the wedding, probably 3-4 months before the wedding, we'll get together and we'll design a cake bespoke to you. And then you leave it with me. I enjoy putting everything together for you. But I always ask a couple of days before the wedding if we can put a little slot in, and I set up the cake as I would do at a venue. And you walk into my workshop and it's wow. And if there's any problem or anything, I'm very passionate that you absolutely love your cake and you want to just share it with everybody. So hopefully you're going to come in and be wowed by what you see. I have a workshop and I do have cakes out on display. This is just a small selection here. I do it outside because, to be quite honest, I'm a bit untidy. So I actually have a workshop out there, and I do take you out into there. And normally I would give you cake, but at this time, obviously, we can't do that. So I do little boxes for you to take away. And then I deliver the cakes locally. I normally offer that as a service at the wedding fairs. So I do free delivery and setup to local venues. Obviously, if you want me to go to Windermere, Scotland, or down south, that's absolutely fine. I can tag a weekend for myself on it, but I do charge you for the fuel. It normally works out about 50p a mile. Moving on a little bit. Coronavirus, we thought we could have some smaller weddings, so at the moment that's a little bit up in the air. We're not sure what's going to happen there, but this is a small cake here, and maybe it'll be ideal for some winter wonderland. There's little snowflakes on it, and this again you can have in different flavours. I don't charge any difference for flavours, whether you have fruit or sponge, whatever. The cake prices stay the same. The advantage for me with the fruit cake is I can prepare it beforehand because I like to soak it with brandy. Again, that if you don't have alcohol, that's fine. But I normally feed the cake with brandy so it's nice and moist. Moving on to the cake here, it's very modern, is this cake, and sometimes people choose to have them in ombre. So this means like it's all ruffled at the moment, and I've tried to make it a little bit of a mix between very modern and a little bit of tradition thrown in there. So again, flowers you can have in any colour and type of flower. The ombre effect would maybe mean if you wanted to start it with a blue at the bottom, and then it just gets paler and paler and paler till you get to the top, and then it goes to white or ivory, whichever you want it to be. Any of the toppers I can provide for you, or you can get your own. I do have a catalogue with toppers in as well, so I can also do that. There is a little bride and groom here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see them, that I can get anything like that for you, or I do homemade ones. I haven't got one with me today because I just didn't have quite enough room to get any more in the car. But the cake above is much of a wow factor cake. I love it. It's got lots of different colours in, beautiful for a summer wedding and a marquee, or a really nice venue where you've got lots of flowers included. It's really pretty. I think at the moment, if anybody did want a cake that they wanted still the wow factor for the photographs, we could come to some sort of arrangement with maybe them being false at the bottom. So these cakes obviously here are not all real, they're polystyrene. So I could perhaps do some fake tears for you. This would be like, obviously, if you need to affect the numbers that you're allowed to choose, but you still want a wow factor cake. Hopefully the wedding season is going to get underway. People are looking forward now to 2022, and obviously I'm taking bookings. The £50 deposit holds that date for you, so you know that you've got that. And obviously with my service of delivering and making sure everything's perfect on the day, it's best to do that as soon as you can. I'm going on to a few little different things now that are extras. I've got some of these Fayres biscuits here. They're gingerbread, these ones, but you can normally have them also in shortbread with the names on for the guests. They're really quite pretty, and they start about £3. Again, colour wise, or you could have a check jacket or whatever. We do those again according to what the gentlemen are wearing, and the dresses, you can have a full dress or a straight dress, and colourways to match, and they do look really pretty on the table. If you were going to have a wedding that was just like with small amount of people, maybe something like this would be nice. You could have a 1-tier cake and then maybe little individual cakes. They're a cake in the middle, and then they have marzipan and sugar paste going round and decorated to your taste and colour. And these are really nice, pretty little gift for people to take away with them. Also, these are gingerbread biscuits. Again, we could put little cookies in, or shortbread or something, and they've got 5 biscuits in there. Now, tradition says it means health, wealth, happiness, well-being and fertility. Those are just a nice little thing on the table. If you don't want to go mad, they start at £2. You can have a little bit extra and have the personalised gifts on. These say, thank you for sharing my day, our day, should I say, and the day of your wedding and everything, and take those back to the hotel room or home, have them with a cup of tea and talk about the events that's just been occurring. Maybe you've got lots of bridesmaids and page boys, flower girls maybe. So these are a new idea that I've done. They're like a biscuit box, and in the biscuit box we've got coloured icing. Biscuits. This is a unicorn box, but I do lots of different themes, and then they have sprinkles and things. Maybe in the speeches it would be a brilliant idea to keep the children quiet while everybody's talking, and they definitely won't get bored. They come gift wrapped, and they have a little tag on for the name, so they'd either make a nice gift for bridesmaids, little page boys, or just maybe somebody's birthday, or if anybody's having a party and don't know how to entertain the children at the moment. They're £15 each. Moving on again to some more different favours here. We have some traditional ones here. You can have Ferrero Rochers, almond, chocolate truffles, anything in these, and they look really pretty on the table. Any of these things you can add a personal tag to if you want. Also the same with the little boxes. They're really pretty and sweet, and it's something nice that the people can take away with them. I did a biscuit box for a customer a few weeks ago, and I'd done her daughter's wedding cake about 5 years ago, and she's actually still kept her little bride dress. She says she can't eat it. She's just such a good keepsake from a lovely day, and they were really happy with the service. Also, with the gingerbread again, maybe you're having favours and you're going to have place names on the table for where people are going to sit. So I've done some that you can have your name put on. So you've got your bride and groom, and then you can have personal names with guests. And these look really pretty, and they just save you a little bit of money because you don't need the gift card and a favour. It's 2 in 1 for those. Going on a little bit more, I'll tell you, my workshop at home is separate. My husband and I have been in business. I've been doing this all my life. Since I left school, I went to Thomas Danby College and learnt my trade there. It was one of my mother's wishes that I always learn to trade, and to be honest, it's kept me in good stead. So I married my husband, who I met at college, and he's a baker. So he does the baking and I just faff according to him. But that's what I like doing the most, is faffing and getting everything sorted. So he prepares everything and bakes the cakes for me, and then I just absolutely love just making everything perfect with the finishing touches. So we do have our qualifications for all the health and safety issues. I do have my insurance and everything like that. And also we have our 5-star food hygiene, which is very important these days. I just want you to know that everything, sometimes people will think, oh, you work from home, maybe not be quite impressed with that. But to be quite honest, it's better outside because I'm very untidy and I just leave all my sugars out and everything and just get lost in a world of icing, to be honest. So there we go. I don't know if anybody would like to ask any questions.
There are a couple of questions floating around, actually, but you'll be very pleased to know that you're actually at a trending hashtag We Love Linda. There's been loads of people popping up on there, hashtag We Love Linda. What's the best way to get in touch with you if people have got any inquiries?
Well, I have a Facebook page. I also have my website, which is lindahoffmancakes@gmail.com. So it's really easy to remember. You can message me if you go on my website. There's a phone number, there's my house number, phone number, any way at all. And as long as it's not very late at night, I always answer my calls as soon as I possibly can. I've got a pages page, so because of the lockdown, I'm doing birthday cakes, and also I've been doing some giant cookies, which have been really popular. They're really reasonably priced. I do 2 sizes, £20, £25. And they come in a gift box and they look really lovely and they're just ideal if you're going to a barbecue, you don't want to take a bottle of wine, you want to take something that everybody can enjoy and the children. So I've been doing a lot of those at the moment, so I normally just need a couple of days notice for that. So that, it's just looking a bit outside the box at the moment until we get back. Hopefully Wedding Fayres Yorkshire will be up and running again as soon as this virus gives us a break, and I'll be able to meet you in person.
Linda, that was awesome. Thank you so much for taking part in today's show. Give us a big wave, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.